This is the secret story of what happened to Elisa Lam. In the infamous elevator footage of Elisa Lam, she presses every button, hides in the corner, and gestures wildly to someone who isn't there. 2 weeks later, guests at the Hotel Cecil complain about the water. It smells strange. It tastes wrong. When maintenance finally opens the rooftop water tank, what they find shocks the entire world. Los Angeles, February 2013, 21-year-old Canadian student Elisa Lam was full of dreams and a desire for adventure. She was on a solo trip through California, San Diego, Los Angeles, Santa Cruz, documenting her journey for her friends and followers on Tumblr. Elisa was bright, curious, and incredibly open. She also lived with bipolar disorder, a battle she wrote about with raw honesty. When she checked into the Hotel Cecil, she couldn't have known the kind of place it was. The building had earned a dark, sinister reputation. Notorious serial killers had stayed there, mysterious deaths had occurred within its walls, and countless tragedies had unfolded over the decades. But for Elisa, it was just an affordable stopover in downtown LA. A few days into her stay, her parents in Vancouver stopped hearing from her. Her daily calls home suddenly ceased. Worried sick, they notified the police. A search began, floor by floor, room by room, but Elisa was nowhere to be found. And then, the police released the footage. On February 19th, the Los Angeles Police Department posted a security video from one of the hotel's elevators. What it showed would terrify and captivate millions of people across the globe. In the grainy video, Elisa steps into the elevator and presses a series of buttons. She waits, but the doors don't close. She cautiously peeks out into the hallway, as if checking for someone. Then she darts back inside, pressing herself into the corner as if hiding. A moment later, she steps out again. Her hands move in a strange, erratic way, almost as if she's having a frantic conversation with someone or something invisible. After a few more tense moments, she disappears down the hall, and only then do the elevator doors finally slide shut. That was the last time anyone ever saw Elisa Lam alive. The internet exploded. Online detectives and amateur sleuths flooded forums with theories. Was she being stalked? Was it a drug-induced hallucination? A severe psychotic episode? Or was something more supernatural at play? But no theory could explain what happened next. Back at the Hotel Cecil, guests began to complain. The tap water in their rooms had low pressure, a strange taste, and an unsettling dark color. A maintenance worker was sent to the roof to check the large water tanks. He climbed the ladder, unsealed the heavy lid of one of the tanks, and looked inside. To his absolute horror, floating in the murky water was Elisa's body. She had been missing for nearly 3 weeks. The official police ruling was an accidental drowning, possibly caused by a manic episode related to her bipolar disorder. They suggested she had climbed into the tank herself and was unable to get out. But the questions only multiplied. The rooftop was a restricted area with a locked and alarmed door. The water tanks themselves were massive, nearly 10 feet tall, with heavy, difficult-to-open lids. How could a petite young woman have gotten up there, opened the tank, and climbed in all by herself? Even stranger, her clothes were found floating beside her, not on her body. And her phone, which she used to document everything, was never recovered. The internet erupted again. Many believed she was murdered, her body hidden in the tank by her killer. Others pointed to the Cecil's grim history, noting that serial killer Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, had once lived there. Netflix's documentary, Crime Scene: The Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel, brought the case back into the spotlight years later, but it offered no definitive answers. Elisa Lam's story is a heartbreaking tragedy. Whether it was a terrible accident, a mental health crisis, or something far more sinister, her death remains one of the most disturbing and unresolved mysteries of our time. The elevator, the tank, the unanswered questions. The world may never truly know what happened to Elisa Lam inside the Hotel Cecil. If you find these stories as compelling as we do, Make sure to subscribe to True Crime Mystery, where every crime has a secret story. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next investigation.